All right, guys. We are finally getting started on the FFA Creed, and we are going to cover all that entails. Um, and I will figure out a way to get for you guys to post videos of yourself um, doing it. And we may do I think what Miss Clemens does, the flip grid. So we may use that to do it, and I'll get all that set up for you guys. But what you're going to be doing is you're going to be presenting the FFA Creed, and I'm going to have you guys start off with just the first two paragraphs this week, trying to learn those. And you're going to, once I get the video situation figured out to where you can just send them to me, um, you're just going to work on memorizing those first two paragraphs. Okay, but let's do a little bit of backstory here first. Okay, so what is the FFA Creed? Well, it's a code that FFA members live by. It's what we believe in. It's what we try to emulate when we go through life. It's something that you should try and live your life by, kind of like I just said. It deals with, it's kind of focused on agriculture, leadership, and American life and the American way. Okay, the Creed, it was written by E.M. Tiffany, and it was adopted at the Third National FFA Convention, and that was in 1931. Okay, and then it was revised at the 38th convention and the 63rd convention, and the reason it was revised is because the first creed that E.M. Tiffany wrote, and E.M. Tiffany is not a girl, it's a boy, it's a guy. Okay, the reason it was revised is because the first one that he wrote was stated as his creed started out, I believe in the future of farming. And so if you remember back to our first lesson, we talked about we talked about how the FFA was focused on farming at the beginning, and now it's kind of encompasses all areas of agriculture. So that's kind of where that's at too, is now it's revised to fit into all areas of agriculture. Okay, so that's kind of just the basic history, the basic information about what it is. And now we're going to look at the paragraphs of the creed. Okay, so here's the first one. And it says, I believe in the future of agriculture with a faith born not of words but of deeds, achievements won by the present and past generations of agriculturists, in the promise of better days through better ways, even as the better things we now enjoy have come to us from the struggles of former years. Okay, and so what that entails is just, it's saying that you're believing in the future of agriculture. Okay, you're wanting to see agriculture in our future, basically. A faith born not of words but of deeds means you're doing what you're saying. You're not just talking the talk, you're walking the walk. Achievements won by the present and past generations of agriculturists. An agriculturist is a person involved in agriculture. So, and they look at the achievements won by, we look at those achievements that they, overcame with technology, with farming practices, whatever it may be. And with that, they did the promise of better days through better ways. So there's always going to be better ways to do things, and using those better ways is going to make our days, it's going to make everything easier for us. So, and then even as the better things we now enjoy have come to us from the struggles of former years. So like what we have today and the things we do today, what we enjoy, somebody struggled in the past to make that happen for us. Okay, so let's move on to paragraph 2. And it says, I believe that to live and work on a good farm or to be engaged in other agricultural pursuits is pleasant as well as challenging. For I know the joys and discomforts of agricultural life and hold an inborn fondness for those associations which, even in hours of discouragement, I cannot deny. And so, I believe that to live and work on a good farm or to be engaged in other agricultural pursuits is pleasant as well as challenging. That's pretty straightforward. You know, it's it's hard work, but it's very rewarding with what you're doing. And that's kind of what they mean there. And it says, for I know the joys and discomforts of agricultural life. There's, again, that's that, nothing's rewarding without it being challenging first. Holding an inborn fondness for those associations, which even in hours of discouragement, I cannot deny. An inborn fondness, meaning that you hold something dearly, you understand what it is to those people. It's you can feel that you can feel that struggle with that inborn fondness. Okay, paragraph 3. I believe in leadership from ourselves and respect from others. I believe in my own ability to work efficiently and think clearly with such knowledge and skill as I can secure, and in the ability of progressive agriculturists to serve our own and the public interest in producing and marketing the product of our toil. Okay, so this one's more focused on leadership from yourself, from others, respect from others. You believe in your own ability to work efficiently and think clearly. That's pretty straightforward. Working efficiently, meaning you're able to get things done in an efficient manner. You're thinking clearly. You're using knowledge and skill that you've secured in the ability of progressive agriculturists to serve our own and the public interests, and you're producing and marketing the product of your toil. So whatever you're working on, you're producing and marketing that. Okay? And then paragraph 4. I believe in less dependence on begging and more power in bargaining, in the life abundant and enough honest wealth to help make it so, for others as well as myself, in less need of charity and more of it when needed, in being happy myself and playing square with those whose happiness depends upon me. Okay, and this just talks about, you got to depend on your ability to work hard and, do things on your own instead of begging for it. In the life abundant and enough honest wealth. Honest wealth is basically just, it's how you come by things honestly, how you come by your money, your job, or whatever it is honestly. And less need for charity and more of it when needed. And that means not being a charity case yourself, but being able to help those who need it. And being happy myself and playing square with those whose happiness depends upon me. So you're keeping yourself happy while being fair to others and helping them with that happiness. Okay, and then the last paragraph, paragraph 5. I believe that American agriculture can and will hold true to the best traditions of our national life, and that I can exert an influence in my home and community, which will stand solid for my part in that inspiring task. And this is kind of the American life part of it, and how agriculture plays a role in American life. It kind of compares with those traditions of national life, how agriculture is a big tradition of national life, and how you can exert an influence, be a positive influence in your home and community for those in your home and community, and how you're gonna just stand solid in that being that influence. Okay, and then so just kind of covering the creed, what it symbolizes, how you should present it. The creed should be presented with power and eviction. Okay, you should believe what you're saying. You should hold true to that. The creed should be presented in a normal tone. You're not shouting, you're not really quiet. It should be presented in your normal tone. And then the creed should be presented in a natural fashion, meaning you want it to be presented naturally. Body movements, whatever it may be, speaking tones. You're not sounding robotic. You're being natural. You're doing things naturally. That's how you will do this. Okay. So that's all for this lesson, guys. So what we're gonna do, the first thing I'm gonna do is just tell you what the assignments are gonna look like this week. I'm gonna give you two discussion questions, okay? And what I will try and get the Flipgrid set up, or whatever, so you guys can video yourselves doing the creed. What you will need to do though is wait, because I may not have it until next week. I may not have that set up until next week. So just do the two discussions that I will have put up for this week. One of them will just be a regular discussion. The other will be a discussion that I will count as a quiz grade. So just be on the lookout for those two. And if I don't have the video set up next week, don't worry. It will come next week. But in the meantime, I'm going to give you guys a copy of the creed. I'll post it on Wisdom. And you will need to memorize the creed. And it's start with the first paragraph. And if you can get that memorized, move on to the second paragraph. Ideally, guys, you have the first and second paragraph done by this week, so we can move on. But this is something that's going to take time. You have to memorize it. And it always starts the FFA Creed by E.M. Tiffany, and then you start. Okay, I'll post a video on how it should be said and how it should be presented, so you guys have an idea of how to do it. But I'll give you that copy so you can start working on it. If you guys have questions or concerns or anything like that, just let me know and I'll try and help you out. So with that, guys, that's all for this week. I will talk to you guys next week. Bye.